Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have some exciting stuff for you today. I told you these meals are going to get better and better. Today we are going to make a chicken stew with homemade cornbread. Man, I can't wait to eat. I have been smelling this food all day. Chicken broth's been cooking. It smells amazing. Before we get started, if you would please comment, like, and share on this video. I actually want the comments because I want to know some of the things that you do that's similar to some of the things that I do, and I would love any suggestions. So please comment, like, and share this video, and please subscribe to this channel. I am ready to cook for you today, so let's get started. Hey guys, okay, before I get started, I have a confession to make. I started recording this about 10 minutes ago when I actually let you see the cornbread ingredients on the counter ready to put in the bowl and ready to put in the pan and all the stuff I had in there. I dropped the phone. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, I was pretty excited about it. But anyway, I dropped the phone. So where we're starting off from is the fact that the cornbread is already mixed and in the oven cooking. Let me tell you, give you a little quick rundown. There was 1 cup of cornmeal for the cornbread, 1 cup of flour, 2 eggs, 1/2 cup of real butter, 2 teaspoons of bacon grease, and 1.5 cups of buttermilk. That is the ingredients and the ratios for the perfect cornbread that's going to be soft and moist in the center and nice and crunchy and wonderful on the outside. What I failed to mention is that I also put 1/2 cup of sugar in there. But if you don't want, if some people don't like sweet cornbread, I don't know who, but I love it. But if you don't want the sugar in there, you can omit that ingredient. But the rest of it is kind of mandatory to get a great cornbread. So without further ado, we are going to get started now with our chicken stew. Okay guys, we're back. Let's hope my motor skills do what it's supposed to do right now so we don't make any more mistakes and you can actually see this video. So I'm going to pull my camera down so you can see what we have going here to start our chicken stew. And I'm going to lean it over so you can see it. This is just our bell peppers and onions sauteing in 1/2 cup of olive oil. Now guys, we had bell peppers and onions in our chicken broth that we're going to use for our stew that we actually made homemade. And what's in there in the chicken broth was the 2 huge chicken breasts, no skin, no bones. We have celery, bell peppers, onions that I just chopped and put in there, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. And we had 2 bay leaves in there, 1/2 cup of olive oil. That is what made this wonderful chicken broth that we're going to use to make our wonderful stew. So with this, our veggies, like I told you, I had a little mishaps and I dropped everything. So now our onions are translucent and our celery is nice and soft. So I'm going to put the pan back down here. We're going to start assembling our stew by putting everything in the pot. So what we're going to start with is potatoes. This is 4 large potatoes that I peeled and chopped in pieces. So guys, I'm going to just take my hands and just add it in because I don't want the water on this. I just want the potatoes. I know you can hear that. I wish y'all could smell this. I know y'all say I am so sick of her saying that. But man, if you could smell what I smell in here right now, you probably wouldn't even be able to wait on this to get done. So we have our potatoes in there, and we are going to add our cooked and shredded chicken breast that we have. And this again, you guys, was, man, if I had to say that, first, that 1 chicken breast had to be at least 10 ounces on its own, and the second one was probably about 8. So we have you have over 2 pounds of shredded chicken breast here. So we're going to add that to the pot. Also, I'm going to give that a little stir, guys. I like to add stuff and stir it together so it's all mixed and you have an even portion of everything everywhere. Okay, with that, this is 2 cans of sliced carrots. Now guys, I think I'm gonna grab a spoon and I am going to just put some of these carrots in. I don't know, again, I don't like to put all the stuff in at one time because you may feel like, man, I didn't need that many. And again, once you put it in, you can't take it out. So this is, like I said, 2 whole cans of sliced carrots. I'm not gonna put them all in. I think I'm gonna do about half to begin. And if I feel like I need more, I'll come back and put more in. And let me put this down so you can see. There you go. And guys, I love carrots. It's probably not too many. I'm probably going to end up putting them all in there. But again, I just wanted to make sure. I'm going to leave about that much. Left about a third of the bowl in here. So if we need more, we can always add more. And guys, this is the same thing. This is 2 cans of English peas. I like LeSueur peas, but any English peas will do. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just put a portion of this in, probably 2/3 of this container into the soup. And if I need more, I'll come back and add it later. Y'all, that looks so yummy already. Man, when we get this stuff going, I'm not going to know what to do with myself. All right, put that over there and we'll just set this to the side. And guys, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna grab my colander from over here. And I have my big colander sitting right here because I was gonna use that, but because this colander doesn't have like a bottom, it actually sits inside of another pan. It's not actually even a colander, it's just like a steamer, or you can use it for anything. You can use it for a colander. So I'm gonna set it right here on top of that, and I'm going to take the lid off my homemade chicken broth. And I am going to pour in this wonderful chicken broth. And guys, let me grab my mitts because I told you I had a mishap with a cut. I have a steam burn right here. I can't take any more mishaps in the kitchen. So let me just be careful with this, and I'm going to pour this all in. And remember, we're not using the veggies that we cooked our chicken broth with. They have served their purpose, and we have gotten out of them all that we're going to get out of them. So all we need is just that yummy juice that it helped that chicken to produce. And we're just gonna drain it as best we can. Get all of that yummy juice out there. Guys, I'm just gonna take my spoon and kind of smash a little bit so there's any juice left inside there. We are going to get all of it out that we can get, because it could only add extra flavor. And that's what you want when you talk about your stews and your soups and all of that. So that is ready for the garbage. We're gonna set that over here to the side because we know we need it. And we are going to give this a nice little stir. Can you see that, guys? I want you to really get a good look at what we have in this pan here. All that chicken, all that yummy homemade broth. Oh man. This smells amazing. Man, I wish I could get you to smell this. Don't worry, I'll smell it and taste it for you. Don't be alarmed. Okay, now guys, as wonderful as this looks, I like my little black flakes in there, so I'm going to grab a little bit of pepper here and put about 2 teaspoons in there. 1, 2. 2 teaspoons in there, just because I just like to see that wonderful little specks of black pepper in there. You just know what it tastes like when you see it. So we're going to let that simmer, you guys, and come to a boil. Excuse me, I know I'm in the way. It's okay, it'll be all right. We're gonna put a lid on our stew. I'm gonna let that simmer for a couple of minutes because our potatoes, for whatever reason, everything else that we've put in our stew, from our chicken to all of our veggies, with the exception of the potatoes, it's already cooked. It just needs to warm through and kind of mesh with the rest of the stuff. So the only things that need to cook in here are potatoes. We know that potatoes need about 10-15 minutes to cook. So we're going to give it that. And then we're going to come back and add some more wonderful ingredients to that to just put our stew all the way together. By then our cornbread should be ready. I'll see you back here in just a few minutes. Okay guys, we're back. Guess what? Those potatoes that we were waiting for to cook, they've gotten all tender in our soup, and we are ready to continue the process. I did call it soup. The reason being is because when you have a soup, the base of the soup is liquidy, watery, okay? That's what makes it a soup. We're gonna make this into a stew right now, don't you worry. So we are going to take the lid off our pot, and I'm gonna put this down so you can see. We're going to take the lid off our pot, and I know you can hear it bubbling and simmering away, so we're gonna give it a quick stir. Look at that. Can you see that? I wish I could get this camera close so you can get in there for real. So let's see. But that's our soup right there. Look at that. And I still call it soup because it's still soup because our base is still watery. So we are going to do something about that, baby. Don't you worry. Something about it right now. So what I have here is 2 cans of condensed cream of chicken soup. Now, I told you I love homemade stuff, but sometimes you can take a shortcut. So I'm going to go with the other roux and thickening up, but for right now, we're going to go with our shortcut, and that is our condensed soup. So let's put that in, guys. And I think I'm going to add the majority of this. This little container is 1.5 cups, and it's a little bit over that, so we're going to call it about 2 cups. I'm going to start with half of this, and if I need more, I'll add it. Let me put it down so you can see. Okay. Just half for right now. If you want more, we have plenty, so we can put it in there. Okay. Now let's give it a stir. That is hot. Let me get my mitt. Okay, so let's get it stirred in. Oh, man. The look of this and the smell of this. I could not describe it to you guys if I wanted to. And I can't wait. See, look at that already. It has thickened up from our condensed soup, and it looks amazing. Can you guys see that wonderfulness? Oh, deliciousness. I don't think I have enough adjectives to actually describe this, but we'll go with those 2 for now. And guys, that looks wonderful, but guess what? You know me. I'm just gonna put the rest of it in. Bear with me. I'll let you watch. Here we go. We're going to put the rest of it in. So that is an entire 2 cans of condensed cream of chicken soup. Okay, we're going to put this away and get right back into it because, baby, we are ready to eat. I am. I don't know about you, but I am ready to eat. Let's get it stirred in there good. Ah, look at that. Amazing, man. I cannot wait to eat this. I can't. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, and guys, here. Now, I didn't know if our condensed soup was going to give it the thickness and wonderfulness that we were looking for. It kind of did, but just in case, I took the liberty of mixing up a little slurry here. And what we have here is just water and cornstarch. Anytime you want to thicken a recipe, a stew, a gravy, anything, you can use flour, and I have used flour tons and tons of times, but I find that cornstarch first is easy to mix with the water. Second, it dissolves easier in what you're putting it in. So this was 2 teaspoons of cornstarch and 5 teaspoons of water. And this cornstarch settles to the bottom of this, so you'll have to take your time and kind of stir it back in when you're ready to use it. Now, I am not going to use all of this because our condensed soup kind of did what I wanted it to do and what I needed it to do. So I'm not going to put all of it in here. I'm just going to go with a couple of spoons at first just to see how thick it is. And we need to get it a little bit thicker or a little bit creamier. We'll add more. And also, that's the third thing about the cornstarch as opposed to flour. It makes it a little bit creamier. You know, and don't get me wrong, flour does what it's supposed to do. And if I hadn't had cornstarch, I would have used flour, but since I had the cornstarch, I know how wonderful this is. So I'm going to just put about 1, 2, 3 tablespoons in. And we'll set it to the side because if we need to put more in, we can. So let me put this down. That's our little cornstarch in there right there. So let's stir it in and see if we can get it a bit creamier. It doesn't need any help with anything, you guys. It's just wonderful all on its own. All on its own. Oh my goodness. And guys, this is a yummy, huge pot of stew. We're going to eat this for dinner tonight and tomorrow. My husband already knows whatever I'm making on this channel, that's his lunch and dinner, so he might as well get ready. He doesn't mind, but he's really wonderful. And guys, that is good and creamy. I think I'm going to put 2 more. That looks so good. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Let's put 2 more in. 1, 2. Again, that is cornstarch and water mixture. And we put 2 more in there because I don't think it can hurt it at all. I think it's just going to add a little wonderful creaminess to it, even more so than before. And that is it. All right, that looks amazing. So guys, we're going to let that simmer for just about 10 more minutes just to get all of the yummy stuff meshed together and make sure that it is. And I'm going to bring the camera over here for a minute because I have something to show you. And baby, it is so worth seeing. Check that out. Do you see that cornbread? I took it out of the oven while we were waiting on our stew and our potatoes to tenderize and get soft. And I wanted to show you this. This is cute. I don't know if you guys do this or not, but I watch hacks, like little things that they show you, little tricks of the trade to kind of get you to make something that would have been normally hard, soft. And I love real butter, and I use Land O'Lakes, and I always buy it in the little half sections here. So I took out about 2 teaspoons of it, and I put hot water in this glass, not boiling water, just hot water. And what the hack said was to fill a glass with hot water, or you can do boiling water if you want, but I just use hot water out of my faucet and hot water, and then pour it out, dry it, and then sit it on top of your butter. After a couple of minutes, it is supposed to melt your butter. So I waited for you guys to come back to see if it's soft, like if we wanted to spread it. Kinda, a little bit. It's better than it was because that butter is hard, you know it is, but that's a failed hack for me. It's okay. Well, maybe it'll work the next time. So we'll put it here and just wait. And I am ready to eat. We are going to give that stew just about 10 minutes to simmer. And once it's simmered and all of that stuff has gone together, I wish you were here. I hate that you're not, but that's not going to stop me from eating. So give me 1 minute. 10 actually. You won't see it. So I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. And man, there's no time like the present because what we're about to do, baby, is get down and eat. So I'm going to give you one more peek at this stew. It is ready. Nothing else needs to be added. There is nothing else we need to do to it. Let's get into it. I'm going to let you take a peek at it before I plate it. Look at that. Yummy, simmering goodness. Let's turn it off because it is ready. Nothing else needs to go on with this, buddy, except to go in your stomach. All right, look at that. Oh my goodness, can you see that? Look how wonderful and creamy that is, those veggies. The peas and the carrots were already done, but those potatoes are so nice and soft and wonderful. Okay, I have just prolonged this long enough. It is just time to eat. So, what I'm going to do first, y'all can talk about me if you want, I don't care. But I am going to cut this cornbread right there. There it is, and it is still wonderful and hot. Let's cut us a chunk of it out. I'm not going to be too greedy and get a huge piece. I just want a regular piece and get my saucer here and put it on there. Look at that. You see the steam coming off it? Told you it was still hot. I just took it out of the oven. Okay? And we're going to get, I am going to get my ladle, people. I don't know if you can see me over here, but I'm right here. I'm going to grab my ladle. You know what? I don't have time to look for the ladle, and it's just time to eat. I'm going to put this up so you can see me ladle some of this soup out. And I don't have a ladle. We're going to spoon some of the soup out. Let's get in there. Let's stir it first so we get every bit of the yummy goodness that it has to offer. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do with myself. This is so wonderful. We'll sit it right there for you. Grab my napkin there. Let's put the lid back on it. And guys, over here, just if you want it to present well, get you a couple of these little chopped dry chives. Sprinkle over. If you have fresh chives or if you have fresh parsley or dried parsley, make it work for you. And again, I was saying earlier, don't talk about me, and I don't care if you do, but I have to taste this cornbread first. And what I'm gonna do, and this is why I'm saying don't talk about me, I like the crust, that little crunchy part right there. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of this butter. That didn't work for our hack, but I'm gonna put some butter on there. I just wanna taste it first. It's okay. Just wanna see what it's like. You know, excuse me. You know what? I never eat before I say my grace. So let me do that because I've made, this is probably my 4th video now. And I just keep gobbling up food without saying my grace and thanking God for his grace and his mercy for even allowing me to have this. Father, thank you for the food that I am about to receive, for the nourishment of my body. Father, thank you for just being you, Father, and thank you for your precious Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for our sins. Thank you, Lord. I give you all the praise and the honor and the glory. Amen. Now let's eat. Okay, let's taste it. I knew. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna just move over. That is so good. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, I was trying to be good. I put my cornbread on my saucer with my bowl. You know that's not how you eat stew and cornbread. We're gonna take our remaining piece of cornbread, baby, and we're going to sit it in that stew. That's how you eat. You know, if you're gonna eat something this wonderful, eat it right. We're not gonna eat it separately. It goes together. Okay, I was gonna go sit down, but why bother? I'm gonna start hopping and jumping anyway, so let's just see what we have here. This is the stew, guys. I can't get a big as bite as I want because it is piping hot. But there is a bite with tomatoes. Can you see that? Tomatoes, peas, carrots, chicken, our yummy gravy. Yummy. Okay, let me blow it a little bit because I'm ready. I always try and describe what this tastes like. All I can say is seasoned veggies, tender potatoes, yummy savory gravy, tender shredded chicken, onions, celery, bell peppers, bay leaves, garlic, salt, pepper. I'm not gonna eat the whole bowl. I'm just gonna put some cornbread with it. I have to give you a bite of that. Hold on. I may be talking too low because I am just in utter sheer amazement. Have some cornbread in there. It's so hot, but I'm gonna eat it anyway. Cornbread in there, all of that. That's your third and last bite, I promise. I know I always say this is my last bite, but I may be lying. Who cares? Look at that. Oh, it's my hand. I told you I probably lied. Okay. I'm done now for real. Okay. Last one, I promise. Don't fuss about this. If you could taste this, you would do the same thing. So simmer down, simmer down. Okay, last bite. I should weigh way more than this, because when I turn this off, I'm going to kill this. Y'all, this is so good. It is a rainy day where I am today, but if you're somewhere and it is raining or snowing or cloudy or just even cold, you could not beat a meal like this. Nothing could be better. Nothing at all. Before I go, we are going to talk about, remember on our last video, we talked about our challenge of the day or a tip. Gave you a little bit of tip with the melting of the butter with the thing, but that's somebody else's tip. That's not mine. I just like to say that for a tip or even a challenge, kind of both. A tip is, the last time we were talking about kindness, but you can't really have kindness without empathy, okay? We need to understand that just because our lives are going okay, somebody else's may not be, okay? Just because everything may be great and hunky-dory in our life, someone else may not be having the same thing going on in theirs. So, excuse me, I challenge you to be empathetic to someone else's situation, and if they come across mean or indifferent or just plain somber because they don't have anything to say, understand that it may not have anything in the world to do with you or anything in the world that's going on between the two of you, but it may just be that they may be having a hard time. Show a little empathy for your fellow man and just give a kind word. And don't forget about that smile, because the smile is where it starts. Because if you're comfortable with smiling with someone, it's a little bit easier to just give them something wonderful. And we have to realize something. People don't hear that every day. You know, unfortunately, we live in a place where some people are alone. Some people don't have anyone to love and care for them. So if you run across someone like that and they, again, seem somber, indifferent, or just don't seem pleasant, don't look at it like it's something about you or this is just a mean, rotten person. It may not be that. You don't know what goes on in someone else's life, but if you carry around empathy with you all the time, even when you see someone like that, you'll still be willing to give a smile and a kind word. I promise you, it goes such a long way, because for someone who hadn't heard that in a while, or someone who doesn't have the privilege of being in other people's company, they may not ever hear that. When you say it, may be the first time they've heard it or been around someone in years. So I challenge you to have empathy for your fellow man, and understand that when God said love thy neighbor, that's not the person that lives next to you. That is everyone around you in this entire world. Try that. It's a good thing. I certainly appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Please try that soup. It is just the best ever. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I know you say that about all my recipes that I do, but here's the thing. It's true. Please try that recipe. You will absolutely love it. Thank you guys so much. Do not forget to comment, like, and share this video. And don't forget, first, foremost, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel. Thanks a bunch, you guys, and I appreciate it, and I enjoyed hanging out with you today. Bye.